Welcome back to my beginner's class on learning Lightroom Classic. Last time I showed you how to import your images, and now we need to be able to find what we're looking for inside of our image catalogs. So let's organize our catalogs. Hi, I'm Terry Vanderhyde, professional photographer, and this is class number 2 in a series of learning Lightroom Classic from the very beginning. In the first class, we imported images, and I gave you a link to import images that I shot that you can test with. I'll leave that link in the description below so you can follow along in the class by working on the exact same images I am. Today, we're going to focus on organizing our images so that we can find what we're looking for. This will take a couple of classes to show you everything that you need to know about organizing your images. So let's get into it. One thing I wanted to show you here was inside of my main computer, we have, this is called the Finder window in Mac. And so if we go into that transfer drive, that original drive that we put our catalog in, we'll see here we have test catalog. And then inside here is first catalog. And I think we looked at this before. We've got all the information that Lightroom produces for your catalog. But all these folders here, Lightroom also generated because the images that I shot were shot in different years. And you can see it'll put a folder for the date inside of each year that something was shot. And so this is a real simple way that you can go through and see where your images are at. And I encourage you, do not mess with these folders, leave them as they be. And we're going to do all of our organization inside of Lightroom. So I'm not a big fan of working with folders inside of Lightroom. I'm a fan of working with collections and moving images into collections and finding our images that way. Because if you start messing with folders, you can misplace something. Now you can get it back, but you don't want to really misplace your images. You want them all easy to find. And that's why we put our catalog and all of our images onto that external hard drive, because that hard drive can be easily duplicated, and now you have 2 copies of your catalogs and all your images. So inside of Lightroom Classic here, we've got the images that we've imported. And you can see down here, this is sorted by capture time, which is great. And of course, you can sort that in different ways. Over in this area is where you'll find collections. So if we come down the right-hand side, if we click on an image, you'll see here that it comes up inside a navigator, and this you can toggle up and down, and this gives you a little kind of a zoom in idea of where you're at. So if we went into this image and we want to zoom into it, let's say we want to go to 200%. You see this little box? It's a little bounding box that goes around your image, and you can get it zoomed in close. So up at the top of Navigator is how you can decide how your images want to be seen. So we have fit, which means it's going to fit inside of this, whatever the box is. And then this is fill. So fill is just going to fill it right up. So you might get a little tiny bit of cropping. And this changes based on how big you make your sidebars, right? So if you want to see the full complete image, then you leave it on fit. Then this is 100%, which is typical of when you're going to kind of check focus and see how things actually look. And of course, when you click, your little hand will allow you to move the image around a little bit. And then this is a drop-down dialog box that will allow you to create whatever size it is you want. And so let's say we go to 200% here. So these are the differences that you can work with. You can do with 100%, 200%, and then fit or fill, whichever you like. So in this particular case, we're going to put it on fill, and we're going to have 100% as our normal, and then 200% as our closer up look. So that's how you can kind of get around, and you can see how this little box changes every time you're zooming in on something. All right, so that's kind of an important feature that you're going to work with when you're trying to create and decide which images you're going to keep, which images you don't need. So as we go through here, we've got images. Let's take a look here. We've got, we've got a great blue heron. Come over here, we've got a mountain bluebird. We've got a plover. So we've got these different birds and different animals that we're going to be putting into categories, right? So what I find the easiest way to do is to come through, and the letter G, of course, is going to get us back to our grid mode. That's the letter G is the grid mode. And this is the loop mode, which means you can go close up. So you're going to toggle between those two. And the way to toggle it is letter G is to get to the grid. The space bar will get you into the loop mode. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at these images and let's find all of the bird images. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on this. We know this is one. In order to highlight this, I find it's easier. Now you got all kinds of options. You got stars, you got ratings, you got colors, you got all kinds of things. What I like to use is really simplify it, and I use pick, unpick, or reject. And those letters are P for pick, unpick is going to be U for unpick, and then X is for reject. So let's go through here and we'll take a look. We like this one, so we're going to hit the letter P, and you can see that it was flagged as a pick. Little flag goes on it. Go to the next one. We like that one. We hit the letter P. Then we go to the next one, and we hit the letter P again. So now let's go back to our grid mode and see what we've got. We've got these three all have a flag on them. Okay, so we know that those are flagged and we want to keep those. So let's take a look here and we'll go a little bit more. We've got another way to do this. So we have the ability, like I showed you before, is our thumbnails. We can make them larger or smaller. I showed you this on import, but you also have it in your regular grid mode. So you can move these up to whatever size you want that is more convenient for you to look at. Also on this page is the film strip, and down here has your images in order as well. So you can kind of navigate through all of your images. Even if they're a little close up here, you can navigate to them a little quicker by using the film strip. So we look at these and we see all of these images here are of a house finch. So those are birds. So instead of clicking on each one and selecting it, what we're going to do is we're going to take all of them, click the first one, then hold the shift key down, and then click the last one. And that selects all of those. Now, if we hit the letter P, we've just given a flag to all of those images. So let's do this. Let's create our first collection. So to create a collection, we come over here to collections and we hit the plus sign, and we're going to say create a collection. And let's call this, we'll just call this songbirds. And you see we have 0 images in our collection so far. All of our images reside in all photographs. So this is where you're going to usually be working. But actually there's one other thing you'll probably be working in. So this is all photographs and gets all of them. This here is our previous import. So if you have 1,000 images in your file and then you just import 100 images, you're probably going to want to work with previous import, the one that you just imported. So that's where this would be highlighted and you'd work on those images there. So let's go through here. We want to move some images into our collection. So we know that a mountain bluebird is a songbird, so we'll put that over there. And we know we're gonna classify these house finches as songbirds. So the way to do this is we highlight the first one, hold shift. So we've highlighted all these, and now we drag these into songbirds. Now, when we're looking through all of our images, we can come in here and we can say, let's just look at the songbirds. So those are all the songbirds that are there. Let's go back up to all photographs. And now let's make a new collection. And we'll call this waterbirds. And so when you're making a collection, you have the ability here to include a selected photo in this, all right? So let's go ahead and cancel this out for a second. And let's grab our crane, which is a great blue heron, and we're going to end up having that as a water bird. So let's go ahead and create our collection. And we're going to call this water bird. And we're going to include this image into our collection. So we'll hit create, and you'll see down here that under water birds we have one image. Okay, so let's go back into all photographs again. And see, okay, here, we'll call this plover, we'll make this a water bird. So we can just click on the image and drag it down into water birds. See if there's anything else. Here's one. Drag that over into water birds. There's another. Okay, so I think we've got all the water birds. So let's go ahead and make one more collection. We see we've got a raptor here that doesn't fit into either one of those, and we'll go ahead and hit create collection. And we'll put in raptor. And if you look, you'll see that we've included this. We're going to include this image in. We've got it highlighted, hit create, and now we've got them inside of its own collection. So we've got 3 collections going here, right? So the way to organize this, I think, a little bit better is to, just like you would with your files. You might put pictures in a file, but those files go into a filing cabinet. And so that's what we're going to do next. So we're going to make our own little filing cabinet. So we'll hit the plus sign, and down here, it's create a collection set. So on the collection set, we're going to call this birds. And we'll create that. So now we've got this little file cabinet. You can kind of see it looks a little bit like one of those banker's file boxes. And let's go ahead and drag our collections up into this. Just like that, and like that. And now those collections all reside inside of birds. On a typical day, you might not be looking for birds, so you can keep this triangle up. But let's say you're looking for birds. We click on it, and we can say, oh, we want to look for songbirds. We click on that, and that's going to have all of our songbirds. And you can see up here, these are all been flagged, right? Because we flagged those in the first place. So if we don't want those flags, an easy way to do this is to select all of them and then hit the letter U. And that unflags all of those images. And let's say, for instance, as we get in close, we're going to get in close and look at these. Let's take a look. Okay, this one's not such a great shot. It's kind of sideways looking. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the letter X. And the letter X puts that as rejected. So let's go ahead and look at our grid again. We'll hit the letter G, and we'll see what the difference is. So all these images are up here, but this one's grayed out. So that means that that's grayed out, right? That's not something that we necessarily want to look at again. You can delete it if you want, but if it's kind of if you're on the fence about it, don't delete it, just leave it in there. It's not going to take up that much space. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at these images and try to determine which of these images are going to be our favorite images, right? So the way we do that is we can start looking at these images, and as we can go through across here, I can use the wheel on my mouse, or I can use the arrows on my keyboard, and I can go through these, and it'll just loop and keep going through all these images left and right. It's not going to go through any more images than what's in our collection, because we're only in the songbirds collection. So let's take a close look. And this is our only mountain bluebird shot, so we're going to keep that. So we're going to hit the letter P, flag that, and let's look at this, and let's look at this. Okay, so as we're looking at these, we're saying, wow, how do we really compare these, right? Apples to apples? Well, Lightroom's taking care of you on that. See this little thing down here? This is the compare mode, and the shortcut to it is C for compare mode. Now, if you're enjoying this kind of content, hit the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring the little bell icon to be reminded of my next video. I always read and respond to all the comments in the comment section, so feel free to leave a comment or a suggestion or a question, and I'll get back to you. Sometimes your comments lead to future videos, so I appreciate the ideas. Keep them coming. If you like, you can contact me directly through email, and that's terry@imagelight.com. And I'll answer your questions that way, add you to my mailing list, and I'll send you a note when I'm going to release a new video. Let's get back into Lightroom. So let's take a look here. One of the ways that I find that's an easy way to determine which images that we really want is to use what Lightroom has set up, which is called compare. So we've seen here, this is the grid mode. This is the loop mode for looking at something close up. This is compare mode, and this is the shortcut there is the letter C. So our shortcuts are simple. We can use G for grid, we can use the space bar for loop, and then we can use C for compare mode. So the way to use compare mode is we highlight 2 images, hold the shift key down, we highlight 2 images, then we hit compare mode or hit the letter C. And now we see that these pictures are right next to one another, and it gives us the ability to take a look at these close up. So if we use our little magnifying glass, we click on it, we can see that it'll zoom up to 100%. And we can look at both of these and decide which you like better. So in this case, the one here on this side is sharper, right? This one's a little soft, the one on the right's a little soft. So let's hang on to this one and get rid of this one. And the way we do that is we come over here to our arrows and just add a new one on the right side. So you see how up here they call this the select. This is the select image, and this is the candidate image. So now we have a new candidate. So you see here, these were the first two that we highlighted, and then we went and made this one move over, and that's how we got this one here. So you can go back if you want. That's how we started. Click again, and that's going to give us a new image to look at over here. And this is a zoom that will allow you to zoom up and keep it whatever level is that you want, right? And if something is off kilter in terms of compare, you can undo this, and then this one will allow you to move each image independently. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at these two and we see which one do we like better. You know, I still think I like this one a little bit better. You know what though? I like how the light is on this. So let's keep this one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make this one the select. And the way we do that is we use this button here, that switches them. This is going to switch the image. So we click, and now this is the select image, and now this is our candidate, which is this one here that's a little more highlighted. So now what we're going to do is hit this arrow. But I want you to watch down here when I hit this arrow. Watch what happens. Say it brings in that second one, which we've already kind of deleted, and then it skips, and now we have the select, our original select that we like, and then we have a new image over here. So as we look at this, we'll say, you know what, I still like this one better. We'll do one more. That's pretty close, but I like the way his head is tilted down a little bit here. And if we want to look at it really close, let's say we can zoom up through here real easily. You know, his beak is just a little bit open. I kind of like that better. So let's keep that one still, and we'll go look one more time to the next image and look at it nice and close and see what we like. It's nice and sharp. Actually, I think I like this last one a little bit better. So let's hang on to that one. So now what we can do is we can take this. We know it's this one here. So let's go into our grid mode, and it's our last image. We can right click on it and give it a color. So we're going to give it red. So what that does for us is this we know is one of our favorites, and we're probably going to do some processing on that and do a little bit of work on it. So that's something where it's an easy way to go through and find which ones we like. Okay. So real simple. If you want to find something, you hit the letter P. If there's something you don't like, you hit the letter X. That grays it out. And then anything else is either picked or not picked. Okay, we'll make sure this one has a P on it because we like that one too. All right, so that's how you go through, and you can sort your images by using collections and sorting through the images to figure out which is your absolute favorites. Okay, so the next episode, I'm going to show you how you actually find the images once you've done this. You know, so I encourage you to go through every time you make an upload, go through and sort these things, throw them in the collections at least. And if not, then go through and pick your favorites, and then maybe color code the ones that you're super favorites with. And that's how you're going to drill these down to make sure that these images are what you want on out of your catalog. So next time, we're going to talk about how we're going to actually find these things.